Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to share with you a very simple but yummy, I hope you like it, Brazilian recipe. It's a simple dessert we usually serve at birthday parties for children and adults, everybody, all ages. Usually children enjoy it very much. If you have a sweet tooth and if you like chocolate, try it. Let me know if you like it. So you're gonna need 1 can of sweet condensed milk. I use this brand, Moça. We call it Leite Moça. Moça means young lady. So here you see a young lady carrying some milk. So you remember Leite Moça, 1 can. If you go to the store here, you can probably find a brand they call La Lechera in Spanish in the Hispanic aisle. But you can also use Eagle brand, whatever brand you like of sweet condensed milk. You're also gonna need some chocolate powder. So I have this from Brazil, a common brand there for chocolate powder is Nescau. You can also find it here locally. I buy it in a store close to my house that has some Brazilian products. And you're also gonna need some sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles. I bought this big one here, big bag, because I know everybody in my house enjoys it. So I already bought this big bag, but you can also buy the little ones at the store. And you just need to decorate the brigadeiros. By the way, the name of the sweet is Brigadeiro, and it has a fun fact about it that I learned a while back when I was still living in Brazil, that somebody invented it for the first time to offer it to a brigadier, a person in the army. It's like used to be a high position in the army. Brigadeiro, I believe it's in the army, it's the military, in one of the branches. You're also gonna need some butter. So I have this butter ready here. It's to be used later on after the first part. So the first part, we're just gonna mix the ingredients. So it's gonna be the whole can. And there's some variations, like I'm making the most simple variation that I know. It goes in the microwave. So you're gonna put the whole can in a bowl, and I could probably put 2 or 3 spoonfuls of the chocolate powder, depending on how much you like chocolate. If you want it very rich, you can put 3 to 4 spoons, but I'll probably put 2. It really depends. The days that I'm really craving chocolate, I can put 3 maybe, probably not 4. And this is a little bit sticky, so make sure you have clean hands. I tied my hair. Of course, we don't want any hair in the food, but it's just, mainly clean hands, and don't wear any jewelry doing that. It's pretty sticky. Also, you're gonna have to be patient because after we cook it in the microwave for about 5 minutes, it's gonna be really hot. So I'm having some trouble removing the top, but yeah, here we go. Like I said, it's messy. And it's fun, I usually make it with my children. They enjoy helping. They know how to make it by themselves now. It's pretty simple. And then if you don't have the patience, like they don't sometimes, to wait for it to cool down and make those small balls, you can just eat it out of the pot here. But I like to make the whole process, put butter in my hands and, make the balls and then put the sprinkles. I think it's gonna taste much better if you put these sprinkles, and also they look better. So for the last part, I'm gonna need a spoon to remove all this, but for the last part, after you make the brigadeiro itself, you're gonna need some little paper containers like this, just to put them in it. 1 can probably make about 20 brigadeiros, 20 docinhos, like we call them, little sweets. Doce means sweet. If you know Spanish, it's similar, dulce, doce. And docinho would be just in each individual brigadeiro. And I believe you have seen a picture of it in the flyer, so you know what they will look like. You can also make brigadeirão, which would be the large ones, the big brigadeiros. But the more delicate, I think, are the smallest ones. So yeah, on average, I would say 20 individual brigadeiros for 1 can. So I'm trying not to waste anything. We're taking everything out of this can. And let's see if I can get to 20, maybe more, maybe less, sometimes only 15 or so. Plus, if you leave a little bit on the top of the bowl, remember, kids can also eat it, or you can eat the leftovers. All right, I think I cooked everything I could, so I'm gonna wash my hands. So it already got a little bit messy. So, clean hands. I can add the chocolate powder. Let's see, I'm gonna put one and mix, and then if I don't think it's the right color that I like it to be, like really dark, because I am a chocolate lover, chocoholic, then I'll add one more. So for now, just one spoonful. Yeah, I don't think it's dark enough. I mean, you could, if you don't like chocolate that much, if you don't want it to be very rich chocolate flavor, you could stop here. This is going to be sweet, okay? Because of course the sweet condensed milk is very sweet. And the chocolate powder, this one has a little, it's not like dark chocolate, plain dark chocolate, so this already has some sugar. So I'm going to get another spoon, clean spoon, to measure one more. Full, pretty full, but like I said, it's up to you. So, mix, mix, mix. As much as I can, I'm trying to really mix all the power into the sweet condensed milk. Yeah, in general, I believe I would put 3 spoonfuls, but this is good. Now you can see it's very, very liquidy, so this wouldn't work for the balls. That's why I have to cook it. And you can use, of course, the stovetop. I'm not going to do that. If you use the stovetop, just remember you have to keep mixing, because this can burn very, very easily. And I don't want that to happen. So we're going to put it in the microwave. In the microwave, you don't have to worry about it burning, but you have to worry about it going up, because it's milk. And you know, it could make a big mess here in the microwave. Let's try to be careful. Not allow that to happen. So it's usually about 5 minutes for one can, but we can't wait 5 minutes and then open it. It would be a big mess, so we have to open every minute, and sometimes even every few seconds. Oops. Let me get something first done. Small plate. Just to put this spoon. And I'm going to put 5 minutes, but you have to watch, like I said. Luckily there's a light so I can see what's going on. When it starts going up, I'm going to open the microwave and mix it a little bit, make sure it's well mixed. Then I put it back for another minute. Okay, so every minute you do that, and if it starts, probably after 3 minutes or so, it's going to start growing and overflowing very quickly. So I'm going to try to make it stop before, open the microwave before it overflows. So right now I'm just waiting. It's been 30 seconds so far. Let's wait a full minute before I open it. And be careful, I don't know your bowl. I like to use, of course, it has to be a microwave safe bowl, and I use one of glass. Just be careful what you use, because it could be hot when you take it out. I think after the first minute it's not going to be hot, but if it is, I'm going to grab something to protect my hands from being burnt. And 1 minute. Alright, so I'm going to mix it. I'll show you what I'm doing, just mixing. Still not ready. You can see the bottom very easily when you mix it. That means it's not ready. I mean, you can't really see the bottom very easily, and that means it's not ready. It's still very liquidy. So you gotta keep cooking it another minute. Just push start. So while it passes, 1 minute passes, I'm just gonna briefly chat with you about something else you can do if you like the brigadeiros and if you'd like to try another docinho. Another docinho we have is with coconut, so for those coconut lovers out there. Some of my students really like the coconut flavor more, so we make that too. It's just it's called beijinho, which means little kiss, but they're not like the Hershey Kisses here. They are our Brazilian beijinhos. So beijinhos, you just use coconut flakes, and you put in with the condensed milk, and it's the same process, 5 minutes. And at the end, you can decorate with 1 clove. Okay, only choose one. All right, it's been 45 seconds or so, and I see it's already starting to overflow a little bit. Starting to grow. There's some bubbles. That's totally normal. They just watch. I think we can wait 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute now. Okay, so being careful here because it could be hot. It's not that hot, so I can still touch it and mix it. Yeah, still not ready. Let me show you. Still very liquidy, but it's definitely hot now, so be careful. Mix, mix, mix. Okay, so let's see if it's gonna be the 5 minutes to get to the point. The right point is important, and it's gonna be when you really see the bottom with this spoon. When you mix with this spoon, you can really see the bottom of the bowl. That makes the right point. It's important because if not, you're not gonna be able to make the ball-shaped docinhos. Okay, so I'm watching here in case it overflows, and it is starting to grow. Like I told you, it can be less than a minute, so you really have to watch. Gabi, vem mostrar aqui. So, if you could see, I stopped it and it was really getting to almost the top of it. See, it was really growing, so I had to open the door a little, wait. Now I can do it again. See if it gets to a full minute before I mix. But yeah, that's what happens after 2 minutes already. Started overflowing very quickly, and if you don't open the door, you're gonna get a big mess on your microwave. So you really gotta watch. But it's cooking. That's what we want. Okay, we want it to be cooked. But the right point is important. It cannot be less than the right point or more than the right point. Because if it passes from the right point too, then it burns and it's gonna not taste good, okay? It's gonna taste delicious if you find the right point. So I'll show you here. It's getting close. I can see a little bit of the bottom, but not enough. So I'm mixing everything, including everything that was left on the edges. And it's starting to smell really good in the kitchen. If you are a chocolate lover, I think you're gonna love it. And if you're not, try the coconut flavor. And if you don't like either chocolate or coconut, and you still want to try a Brazilian dessert, I would suggest one with peanuts. We have several, if you're not allergic or anything. We have several docinhos that take peanuts, and one is very simple. You don't even have to cook it. There's a recipe. You just use water and peanuts. Just ask me, email me, and I'll let you know. I'll give you some recipes. I love to make docinhos because I'm really a person who has a sweet tooth as well as my children. So it's been another 30 seconds. Now look, it's getting very close to the point. I can tell because it doesn't grow that much anymore. It's just cooking there. So it may be that we're gonna get to the point before 5 minutes. Let's see. So 1 minute 15 left, but it could be less than that. It may be it now. So when it starts not overflowing so much, I think that's where it's very close to the point. So we have to check. I'm gonna wait the full minute to check if this is the point. All right, let me mix. Yeah, I think this is the point. So we got to the point in 4 minutes, not 5. It's even better. So depending on your microwave, it could be 5 minutes, okay? I think this is a kind of new microwave that I got a couple months ago. So I'm still getting used to it, and it's more powerful than the last one that I had, because the last one is 5 minutes. But here I got to the point. You can definitely see the bottom when you mix it. The texture is really what I need to make the shapes, the right ball shape of the brigadeiros for Mr. Brigadier, and thankfully for all of us. Now, this is very hot, so we're gonna do some magic here. We're gonna stop the video and wait at least 5 minutes. It could be more for it to cool down. so I can touch it, because now it's the messy part. It's also the fun part. So if you have kids in the house, sisters, brothers, everybody can come and help, and you can sit down and have a little bit of a family time or friends time. Invite your friends, and then I'm gonna show you what to do after it cools down. You're gonna need the butter, and you're gonna need those sprinkles. Okay, I'm gonna put some sprinkles here on this plate, and when we come back and it's cool enough, I'm gonna finish the brigadeiros and try one. All right, so see you soon.